Hey there, my friend. It's Dave. Well, my friends, plural. It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary, the greatest marketing show on earth. My friends, what makes this great is you and who specifically our guests are. Each person that comes on the show is, in most cases, new to the marketing world, most of the time new to Legendary Marketer, unless they're a returning guest. And I haven't spoke to the guests, so everything that you're hearing is going to be the first time that I've ever spoke to them. I'm going to be learning about their life, how they got started, what attracted them here, what they're doing to get results, what they're overcoming mentally and in their life to be able to succeed. All of that is live, unedited, unscripted, unplanned, everything delivered right here for you to be able to enjoy in an authentic and transparent way. And with that being said, my friends, this morning we have a full-time tech professional and a family man who has discovered digital marketing as part of his destiny, right? Part of what he enjoys doing and maybe even believes that he was born to do. My friends, please help me welcome to the show all the way, I believe, from San Francisco, Dan. How are you, my friend?
Hey, Dave. Good. Glad to be here. Good morning to you.
Glad you're here. Was all that true that I said in the intro, even where you're from?
Yes, definitely. I am from the Bay Area, San Francisco, just north of San Francisco, across the Golden Gate. And I've lived here my whole life, except for when I went away for college. I think you can see it on the wall there, the CU. So other than that, I've been here in the Bay. And yeah, I love it here.
Nice. And all of the we haven't talked, and this is unscripted and unplanned, and the nerves and all the things are happening right here live for everybody to see.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. It's nerve-wracking talking to you for sure, but I've watched so many of your videos and so many of these wake up legendaries that I'm ready to talk, ready to do this.
Nice, man. Well, thank you for trusting and taking action, at least enough on what I've said and what we've taught here to get some results and come on here and talk about it. So, tell us, man, what led you here? How did you find us? What were you looking for? Have you found what you were looking for? Give us the story leading up to discovering Legendary Marketer and beginning to take our 15-day challenge.
Absolutely. So as it says, I've been in tech for roughly the last 12 years. I came out of college not knowing really what I wanted to do. I bounced around for a little while, doing some small stuff, customer service, sales things, but that really wasn't what I was interested in. So I decided to go back to school at night. So I got my AA in information technology while I was working. And so I decided to go into the tech field. Computers always interest me, everything about them. My father was always into computers, so I thought that was what I was going to do forever. I've been, in the corporate tech world for the last 10 years, but just feeling, burnt out on the 9 to 5, on the corporate grind, you know, so I was looking for something more. I wanted to find out if there was something else I could do to make money online, support my family, but still have free time. I'm a father of 3, so I have a little one who's just 13 months, so an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. So obviously you have to take care of them and also figure out what you can do. And that led me online on Instagram looking for ways to make money online, and led me to a page talking about a way that I could take a course and learn a bunch of high income skills, and that really interested me. And so jumped online, started the 15-day challenge, and after day 4 or 5, after I met with my business consultant, then I was like, this seems amazing. All the skills are exactly what I'm looking for. So I decided to pull the trigger, buy the blueprints, jump in with both feet. I've gone to school multiple times. I know the value of paying for um, courses, people to teach you, what they know, and so you can get up and running quicker. And so I jumped in with both feet, and here we are.
Nice. Nice, man. Well, it's nice to have, it's nice to have the dads being represented on here, for more
That's
than,
very true.
for more than just me. And, us dads we also now are realizing that, and I think we have for a long time, there's just not been an outlet for us to be able to do that. We also enjoy working from home. We also enjoy working and traveling. We also enjoy, um, spending time with our family. Not to say that we don't, like our own time as well. Every man enjoys a little man cave time, wherever that man cave might be. Maybe it's on the golf course, maybe it's in the basement, whatever. Um,
Hmm.
but um, but the old, you know, working outside of the house and never seeing your kids, especially when they're young, like you say yours are, is not what any father dreamed of when they decided to have children. And I can tell you
Absolutely.
that, speaking for myself, and it sounds like you echo that as well. So you're also touched on the college point of, the fact that once again here somebody went to college, did all the right things,
Yep.
and it wasn't enough. It wasn't
No.
enough. And so you're in the tech space, and I've got a lot of friends in the tech space in the Bay Area, actually, and it's an interesting dynamic. You guys are very, very intelligent, very hardworking, very prideful about what you do, and oftentimes view, taking a course online or starting a side hustle or a business online as something that's, a lot of
Below
tech guys
you, maybe, or something.
turn their
Yeah.
nose up to that.
Yep.
How
Absolutely.
how talk to us about how you, as a professional, as somebody in the, I mean, we're talking the Bay Area, Silicon Valley space. We're talking the
Yeah.
tech space. I mean, this is, you're out there in San Francisco, and again, I'm familiar with that space. I've got people that live out there. I've been there too. How did you finally humble yourself to say, "Hey, I'm going to be willing to learn from some high school dropout, or anybody for that matter, and go, well, maybe not anybody, but actually try something that's really pretty outside of the norm for guys and gals out in the tech space in Silicon Valley." Again, it was, you said it, not me. A lot of tech people would turn their nose up at some internet marketing thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've gone back. I've gone to school twice. I've, in the tech space, either you're constantly learning new things or you're falling behind. It moves so quickly. I'm on the engineering slash, IT side. So, um, I'm not against learning new things. That's what I've always been into. I was constantly taking new courses to up my skill level on different things regarding tech, different programs that come out, new technology that comes out, constantly learning new things. So taking a course doesn't matter who it's from. If you connect with the person, then that's all that really matters. And when I saw you talk, when I listened to the words that you were saying, everything made sense to me. And so I felt like I connected with what you were saying, and I wanted to learn more. So it didn't matter who you were, what your backstory was. I don't think that really matters on the internet. People want to see who you are, see your personality, and if you have something to teach them and they can connect with you, then that's all that really matters. So I pulled the trigger. I bought the blueprints. I thought about it, overnight. I spoke with my wife. I've been taking this class and learning this amazing stuff, and I think I'm gonna pull the trigger and purchase this the full course and jump in there with both feet. And that's what I did. So here I am, talking to you. When I got the email that you wanted to talk to me, I was like, that's super exciting. I'm ready to do it. And hopefully I have something interesting to talk about. So
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, how is AI? I mean, how is the culture out there in the Bay Area, in Silicon Valley, shifting? I know for many years, I mean, working at Google, working at Facebook, that was the holy grail. And maybe it still
Absolutely.
is. But how is the culture shifting, say, since the pandemic, where it seems like people, at least from the outside looking in, it isn't people had a wake up call, just like they did in other industries in verticals, that slaving away at an office for a multi-billion dollar, damn near trillion dollar company is not your destiny, as we use to describe your journey here in the description. Um,
Hmm.
is obviously you are more open to unconventional opportunities, but is there also, are you seeing, I mean, are you looking up ahead and saying, I need to be diversified here because going in and working all day and night and making Facebook or Google or whatever the company is, my God, my holy grail that I'm hopefully going to get to and work my way up, as well as the kind of happenings of AI and how that's affecting everybody's work and future. I mean, have you had a shift in the last couple of years about how you look at um, your previous career, how you look at how the tech space is changing, and how you look at the opportunity in conventional industries and jobs not being as you once believed it was, or maybe even as it once was?
Absolutely. San Francisco, I used to be in the city every single day downtown. You know, it was buzzing. It was busy. It was fun. The tech world was great. You know, when I was a little younger, I really can't think of a better job than, you know, working at a tech company. I mean, everything is paid for. There's free stuff all the time. Um, Free food, free drink. So that stuff was great. And the camaraderie, you know, being in the office with everyone. Tech is, you know, notorious for having open desks so everyone can see everyone else, you know. So that part of it was awesome. It was fun. And then COVID hit and literally everything shut down. The whole city shut down. You go into downtown now and it's dead. There's, you know, 10 people walking around where there used to be, you know, 100,000. So it's totally changed. It changed my outlook. It changed my thinking on what I really wanted to do with my life, and just forced me to, you know, not force me, but gave me the opportunity to think about and look for something else. And so, you know, now that I didn't have to go into the office for a long time, you know, making that 2 hour commute every day back and forth, 2.5 hours. Um, it's just something that, I mean, you know, as you get older, you want more. You wanna spend more time with your family.
Yeah.
You want to see your little kids grow up, and you want to find another way to support yourself. So that's what I was doing. That's why I'm here, and I want to help other people do the same. Really. So
Yeah.
um, that's what I'm trying to do.
That's interesting. That's really powerful to give us that image of the Bay Area pre and post COVID, and that is one of the, as you said, one of the most bustling cities. That if anywhere was cool to go into the office, dadgummit, it was San Francisco. It was San Francisco in the tech industry, in the tech field, and now there's 10 people walking around in the city, or a lot less, right? And
Right.
wow,
Absolutely.
what a shift. What a shift. And I can tell you that from my perspective, the pandemic during and of course after completely changed people's perspective about working at home versus going into an office, about their career path, about what's important. A lot of us had time to sit at home on our computers or our phones, particularly our phones, and
Yeah.
hear a lot of people talking about a lot of interesting things during the pandemic, right? We were all forced in some capacity to well, we all had to survive and make money, and many of us were forced to go online. And so there's been this explosion of creativity, of people talking about unique ways, different ways to make money online. And in a way, everybody was forced to make money online, unless you were an essential worker, healthcare. And we're grateful for our healthcare workers, our nurses. We got lots of them in this community, our teachers, all of those people. But for those that weren't deemed essential, we had to figure out how to make money from home and how to support
Yeah.
ourselves and how to. And so it created this real hunger within people to look out, and also this complete open-mindedness started to happen. Just a break happened in people's minds that would have once been completely closed-minded. Now they were open-minded suddenly, and what was once a scam and all this other stuff online, oh, I'm not. Now they were like, teach me, show me. I'm desperate. And for people like you who have taken that step, you realize that, wow, this is legit. This is happening all around me. This is actually how a lot of people are making money and paying for advertising on a lot of these big platforms like Facebook, like Google, like Twitter. I mean, there's a lot
That's how they make most of their money, is by advertising. So yeah, absolutely.
I mean, God bless
That's like
America.
60% of their revenue is all from, is from ads. So, they're trying to sell you something.
Absolutely. And so there's this big sort of aha moment, I think, for a lot of us who are taking a closer look. And I'm glad you are in the tech space, realizing that a lot of the code maybe that you're writing is being used by
Mm.
people who are affiliate marketers or selling courses or information, and then the users who are enjoying that, who are soaking that up. So talk to us what it was like for you once. I mean, you've got 4,000 followers on Instagram, going from being in the tech world. I would assume not creating videos, maybe a Zoom here or there. What was it like for you to get on? What was it like for you to get on video and start creating and putting yourself out there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's something everyone has to get over, right? I mean, unless you were already creating content, which I was not creating content. I think I posted on Instagram, you know, 20 or 30 times total ever, and they were just pictures of, my family or whatever. So it takes it takes courage. It takes you know knowing that this is something that you think you can do, seeing other people do this that, are making a ton of money, and you're like, why can't I do that? I have, I'm smart. I have the skills. I can figure this stuff out. But creating content is not something that takes, is not doing tech. It's coming up with interesting ideas that speaks to people. You have to think about psychology and what people are looking for. I was watching your call yesterday with Haley. I thought the call was great. You had some really amazing things to say yesterday, and you said something that resonated with me, that people weren't looking to wine and dine. They just want a quick hookup. So
Yeah.
at first, I started to talk about my story, as a lot of people do, and that stuff didn't really resonate, with people. Like they don't care what my story is. They want to know what I can do for them. How can I help them? How can I make them money? How can I, make their life easier? So as you go along, you learn, you look at insights, you look at what's working and what's not, and create content around that. My one video that has my most views, which is above like 2.7 million at this point, was about print on demand, because print on demand is a booming subject in the make money online area. And when I created that video, I really didn't think that that was going to be a video that went viral. You know, I don't know. Maybe you never think that that's the
Yeah.
video that's going to go viral. You never know. So, but I didn't really have people. So I talked about it, and then I didn't really have anything to give people when they were asking me for information on print on demand. I was like, I know what it is, I know how to do it, but I don't have anything to give you. People wanted instructions and stuff like that. And that wasn't the first digital product that I created. Obviously, I created the lead magnet and stuff that gets people on my page, but I went back in after that video. I created a like 17-page quick start guide on how to get up and running with Printify and Etsy, and put it up on my stand store. And when people ask now, I can say, hey, go check out my stand store. I've got an amazing quick start guide. It'll get you up and running. And, you know, that's the beauty of digital marketing. You figure out pain points, and you work and you figure out an answer, and you put it up for people to consume, really. So, you know, providing the best quality is always the way to go. You know, you want even your free product to stand out against other people's paid products. So you do research, and you work hard, and it starts to pay off. You know, you start to see those commissions come in, and that's, you know, probably one of the best feelings ever, to see that email when you wake up. You know, you have a new legendary marketer in your account, or you have a new commission, and that's what we're all living for here. So it's
Or you've
exciting.
made a new digital product sale. I love that, you know,
Yes, absolutely.
I love that you took it upon yourself to provide people with a solution. This is such a wonderful point. You're dumping a. I almost got knocked out of my seat there by that platinum nugget you just dropped. You know, about creating videos about different topics in your niche. In this case, you're working in the make money online, which is a sub niche of the wealth niche. And
Yep.
many of us are working in that niche. Many of us are passionate about that topic. It's relevant in our lives right now. It's quite
Yep.
frankly relevant in probably everybody's life right now. So a lot of people are interested in that topic of making money. I mean, the pandemic was probably the catalyst for a lot of us for that particular, to get interested in that, to have a wake up call about that. And so,
Yep.
you know, when you have a page, it's good to talk about a variety of different topics, a variety of different options for people. That's why a lot of people call them the side hustle videos. It'd be similar if I was in the dog training niche to train my followers on lots of different strategies to train their dog, right?
Yep.
Hey, here's a technique that was created by this person who believes this philosophy. Here's a technique that can help you do this. Here's another technique. And you know, you're trying to provide your audience value. Ultimately, you have an end goal. You want to get them, you want to sell them something. I mean, ultimately you want to monetize your audience, but you have to continue to put out content to give them value, to keep them interested. And in this case, you're putting out these videos that are showing people all kinds of different ways to make money online. And you did a side hustle about print on demand, but that wasn't particularly the course or the product that you were selling. So you went ahead and you created a digital product, and a digital product doesn't always even have to be videos. You just created an ebook or a downloadable PDF that did you write it entirely yourself? Did you have AI help you? Did you use Chat GPT? I mean, give us just an insight into how. Was it easy? Was it hard to create that? I mean, did you know, most people, when they think about putting together something to sell that is their own, they think about like writing a book, and oh my God, that's going to take me years to do.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. You have to do the research. There's a ton of research that you can do, you know, but leveraging AI and the technology that's available to you right now is really the name of the game. If you're not leveraging AI right now to do marketing, then you're missing out, and you're costing yourself, you know, a ton of time and effort, really. I use ChatGPT every day. I use Mid-Journey. That's something I talk about. Print on demand is kind of like a niche inside of a niche. It's make money online, but it's a very specific way to make money online. And I think that finding, I think about it that way, that you're finding a niche inside of a niche, and that way you can talk to a very specific person that's looking for something. Yes, so writing the book, that's another high income skill that, you know, you learn digital products,
Yep.
how to use Canva, how to make things look good. You know, you figure out which fonts work well for which, you know, which situations. So all these things are things that you pick up as you go along. I use Midjourney all the time to create really cool images for my products. I use ChatGPT to help me with wording. I use it to come up with better captions for my videos. Literally, you can type in anything that you're thinking. You just say, make this sound better, and then write out what you're writing, and then it'll take your words and it'll give you your words back in a more elegant, you know, way that maybe you never would have thought of. And the power of AI is amazing. It's only growing. Everybody needs to really learn AI if they're going to be a, you know, a better marketer, really. So it does everything that you could ever want it to do, really.
And the beautiful thing is that one of the places that we teach this is right inside of the blueprints at our Decade in a Day workshop. It's focused a
Hmm.
lot on Chat GPT and AI, and having AI help you to create your ebooks, to come up with ad hooks, to come up with headlines, to come up with things of this nature. And the more
Yeah.
you use it, the more you get better at it. But I love how when you created, back to the topic of creating content and then having your business sort of take on a life of its own, you have a video that goes super viral. And instead of, when everybody's asking for something, instead of trying to push what you want down their throat and say, no,
Yeah.
I don't have that. I only have this. You created a solution and gave people what they wanted. And that's a big marketing lesson. You know, a big
Yeah.
marketing lesson is to give people what they want instead of what you always want them to have. That doesn't mean that you have to abandon what your main offer is. It doesn't mean that you have to
Exactly.
abandon your sales funnel that you built, that is your most profitable way to where you want to send people in and get them on your email list and get them introduced into your kind of sales funnel process. But what it does mean is if you have a video that goes viral, 2.5 million views, and you have a storm of people who are dadgum asking you for something, then freaking give it to them, right? And figure out a way to give the people what they're asking for, instead of, it's sort of like swim with the current instead of swimming upstream. And a lot of times our business will take on a little bit of a life of its own, and we resist that
Yeah.
instead of instead of seizing the opportunity, which I love that you did that, because that's what digital marketing and selling information is all about. It's about creating. Doesn't have to be a huge long, I mean, funnels, everybody should get to the point to where you can throw up a funnel in a matter of minutes, hours, to where if you needed to, you had, say, for example, a video that went viral. This is a great example. I can't think of a better one. And all of a sudden people were asking you about a specific topic. You,
Yeah.
you,
And
you,
I didn't have an answer for them at first.
yeah, you
My answer to
create.
them was, yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead. I don't want to talk over you.
No, I mean, we're both
Yeah.
excited about this because I think it's such a pressing topic for people because, again, a video goes viral and it's like, what do I do? What do I give people? They're asking about something that I don't have. You could even have created have created a sales funnel that captured their email, and it said on the headline, learn here's the top 5 things you need to know before you start a print on demand business. That way you get their email address, get them on your email list. And then on your bridge page, you have a video that talks about 5 reasons why you don't like print on demand, even though you created a video. But here's what you do recommend that they do. I mean, there's so many different ways to skin a cat. The point is that we as marketers need to be flexible enough to be able to look at what our audience is saying and give them what they want, instead of trying to swim upstream and only give them what we want or think that they need. What's coming up for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so at first, like, my answer to people was, they were like, I want more information about how to do this. And my answer was, unfortunately, I don't have a step-by-step guide for you. And that just sounded horrible, really, to write that to people. And, but here, check out this other thing, check out my website. And I feel like that probably died with most people, thousands of people that I texted, DM'd probably, I probably missed out on so many opportunities at the beginning there because I wasn't ready. But I mean, you can't be ready before it happens. I mean, I guess I could have created something assuming that it would do well, but that's just, that's not how we think, right? So, so I went back after that video, created the quick start guide and got that up on my site so that I was ready the next time. I mean, that video this was September 8th, almost 3 months ago, and it's still getting, views. It's still going up. It's still getting 100,000 views, a week or whatever. So it's like, people are still seeing that video. They're still interested in print on demand. I still think it's a valuable subject to talk about. I think it's a growing part of making money online, and it's easy for a lot of people. They don't have to show their face. They don't have to, I mean, you do have to do marketing, but you don't have to push content like we are. So a lot of people are really interested in it. And yeah, and I think it was my hook, really. I said, this is going to help you make a lot of money before Christmas. And I think that's what brought people in. And here we are.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a great example of how to create content and basically chum the waters. You don't know what fish are going to come up to the boat. When we go out fishing and we throw a big old stinky chum bag out into the ocean full of guts and stink and all kinds of stuff that fish love to eat. We don't know if we're going to get dadgum grouper, if we're going to get sharks, or we're going to get whales, or what I mean. We don't know, but we're chumming the waters. We're bringing fish to the boat. And sure, we might go out there with the intention, and this happens all the time when we're fishing. We might go out there with the intention of targeting snapper or grouper. But again, you don't know if a big old kingfish or a big old reef donkey, which is an amberjack, or you don't know if you don't know if a big old cobia or a sailfish or whatever the heck it is going to come up to the boat and just randomly just start swimming around looking for some bait, looking for a meal, looking for something to eat. And if you do have that, you certainly don't want to miss that opportunity to catch that big old fish. So you need to throw a piece of bait. And I mean, this happens all the time when you're fishing. You might get a bite. And I mean, I literally want you all to think about this. You get a bite or you see a fish, and all of a sudden you're like, give me a piece of bait. Hold on, let me throw it out there, right? And so we throw it out there because there's an opportunity there, and we want to try to catch that fish. And I think that Absolutely. Analogy is just so perfect in this situation. We didn't particularly go out there targeting that specific big old whale that came up, but we don't want to miss that opportunity. So we're going to throw something out there because our chum is working. It is bringing fish to the boat. And now all of a sudden we've got a variety of different options. And I think the other thing that you just hit on, which was a big old hat throwing platinum freaking nugget opportunity for everybody to learn from, is you can't know what the marketplace and your audience is particularly going to respond to before you do it. So we're all wanting to be perfect. We're all wanting to, what do I create? How do I make sure I say it right? Oh, this sounds dumb. They're not going to like this. We overthink the hell out of it. Talk to us say a little bit more about that whole shoot first and get ready and ask questions even later once you start getting a response, and sort of also shoot first and ask for forgiveness later, right? You can always clean things up, fix things, but nothing's ever going to happen if you don't start. And talk to us about how that's, you said it, how that's been true for you.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you never really know what's gonna go viral, what's gonna resonate with people. I mean, you may have a feeling that the video is gonna do well, but then it flops. You never really know. So you have to be ready to pivot. You have to be ready to think on your feet, come up with new ideas, take inspiration from people that have done it, before you, around you. There's thousands and thousands of us doing this online. If you're having trouble finding, content, just find other people that have already made it. Look at what they're doing and try and put your spin on it, put your, personal touch. People want to see your personality. That's something that I read that really resonated with me, is that people don't care about, really the way you look or your backstory. They if you resonate with them, if you have the same story as them, they'll come in and they will listen to you. So be real, be authentic, and speak to people, and you will grow. There's people out there that are interested in everything. So if you're having trouble finding your people, just keep going, and be ready to pivot. And if it's not working, maybe you try something else. Making digital products is not something that everybody knows how to do. I didn't know how to use Canva before I started this, but trial and error. Now I use it every single day, and it becomes like second nature. So it's just another high income skill that you learn doing this, and it will serve you well in the future.
Yeah, people are much more interested in genuine people who they believe are being real. As Kathy said, hi, Kathy, one of our BPAs here, and many of our BPAs are on. I see Mandy as well. We got Grant Temple, lots of people tuning in and just, adding value to the conversation here. And thank you everybody for the comments and the warm and friendly affirmations to both Dan and myself. We appreciate it, and makes us feel appreciated.
Feels good to see that people like what you have to say. Absolutely. It's I was so nervous to come on here, but talking to you, it's just like a single one-on-one conversation. We're just having fun, shooting and just talking, trying to get people motivated, trying to get them into a place where they can go out there and make that money and support themselves.
Bring in that bread, baby. Bring that bacon home. Did you ever see yourself, as somebody who could inspire, who would be delivering value? I got to imagine that this is pretty far out of what you envision for your future. Most engineers are, for the most part, very introverted from the engineers that I've met, and prefer to be behind the scenes, are not interested in inspiring, are not interested in motivating, are not even really interested in interacting with people, although they're very passionate about their work, maybe other engineers. Is this something that you are surprised? I guess what I'm trying to ask is, what have you discovered about yourself? What have you learned about yourself through this journey, Dan, that has been surprising, but also that also has been enjoyable, confidence building, that you just appreciate about this process when it comes to you and what you are now doing? How is this all resonating and sitting with you from that perspective?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, most people, most engineers are extremely introverted. They sit quietly at their desk with their headphones on. They don't want to really talk to anyone. They want to focus on writing a code or doing whatever they're working on right now, and aren't really interested in speaking with a lot of people. And I had to get outside of myself. I'd say I'm probably half and half, introvert, extrovert, probably right in the middle. So I don't fall on the spectrum where I'm extremely introverted, but I wasn't out there putting videos up online. I wasn't out there trying to show people how to do anything really. I was a consumer of content, really, just like 99% of the people on Instagram, just scrolling along. And I don't know. You just got to do it. You got to get outside of your head. You got to say, I can do this. If other people can do this, like you said at the beginning, there's not a lot of dads doing this. There's not a lot of men in this specific niche. It's dominated by women, but I was like, I can do this. I can teach people things. I have the knowledge. I can help people set up sales funnels and do all that stuff. I've gotten really good at System IO, and I don't know, just believing in yourself, I guess. There's that funny meme that's, it's like, what gave you the confidence to make you think that you could do this? And then the hook is, I can't even remember right now, but just get out there and do it. You never know what you can do until you get out there and try. So here I am. I'm almost 5 months in, and yeah, I'm sorry, what?
No, finish.
And I'm just excited to keep going and help other people make money online and teach other people. So it's exciting, but nerve-wracking at the same time, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, delusion. That was the what makes you think you can help other people do this? And it was delusion, So, I was deluded but here I am. So
yeah. Well, I was thinking audacity, right? What gives you the audacity to think that but delusion it fits in there just as perfect. I mean, I think every successful person is a little delusional, is a little audacious, is a little, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta be, man. I mean, the world, society, for whatever reason, I'm going to change this up real quick. Okay. Can you mind if I do a hat switch? Of course, I got to throw this.
I love it. Go ahead and throw that hat.
Oh, bro, you've gotten 50,000 virtual hat throws. See this one right here, what that says?
There's no nobility in poverty. Yes. No
one
wants to be broke.
But
it's not noble to be broke.
It's not. And society has this weird vibe about it. Our society, and it's like this in America. Although America is touted as this place where you can experience the American dream and go after your dreams, and while that, I mean, in many ways is what our country, kind of how we got here, was people immigrating here. I mean, we are literally a country of immigrants, and we're not that old. It's only 400 years old, roughly. Before that, pretty much Native Americans were the only ones in America, in case anybody wondered. It's just a fact, Jack. I mean,
history lessons with Dave.
History lessons with the 9th grade dropout, But anyways, and although our country was founded on this sort of idea of, or at least the American dream somehow came to be, where there's this idea that we could chase our dreams and kind of live this perfect little life. The truth is, people will celebrate you getting a new low-paying job more than they will celebrate you starting a business. I mean, if you could just go right to social media and say, got a brand new job, doesn't pay enough to really get me through, but I'm so happy to have it and grateful. And people are liking and commenting. But if you say, hey, I started a new business, mowing lawns, reach out to me if you can support any way, or you'd like to give me an opportunity to mow your, it's like crickets,
Yeah.
And so the truth is, society, people, I don't know. There's this weird vibe, at least here in America. And friends, I don't live in some of you all's beautiful countries out there that are tuning in. But the truth is that here in America, you got to be a little delusional if you want to get rich. You got to be a little bit audacious. You got to be a little bit crazy. You got to be a little bit cocky. You got to ignore people. You have to be willing. You have to go into this knowing that people are not going to be proud of you.
Yeah. You got to ignore the people that are negative in your life, people that are telling you can't do it. Your family members, friends, I didn't tell a lot of people that I was doing this to begin with, but a lot of my kids' friends have, found my page, and even my second son's teacher commented, and I was like, I don't know if I really wanted them, but to find it, but it is what it is. And she told me that, she really liked what I was talking about and found value in what I was talking about. And so that made me feel good. And, you can't care about what other people think, because they're not the ones paying your bills. Right. So if that's what you're concerned about, then you're never going to make money. You're never going to be able to do this, because if you're always concerned with what everyone else thinks, then that's just going to stop you in your tracks. It's limiting mindset. You can't have that limiting mindset. And you gotta say to yourself, I can do this. If all these other people can do this, then I can do this too, because I'm smart. I can figure this out. And I have a personality, and I can talk to people, and I can tell them, they want to hear what I have to say. So it's, you just got to figure it out as you go along, really. That's what we're all doing here. We all started at zero, and we're all just working towards the goal of supporting ourselves, supporting our family, and making money.
Yeah. In building our confidence and building our future. And, I love how you say, I have a voice, I have a personality, I have ability, I have, hands, because in a way we have to reparent as dad to dad. We have to reparent ourselves the same way that we're parenting our children. And what I mean by that is, right now, my son, actually, happy birthday to Sammy. It's his third birthday today.
Wow. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday to my son. He's the big 3 today. But right now, what we are working on with him is helping him to use his words, because boys, different than girls, are physical, are have testosterone running through them at a young age, and he can be more physical, more aggressive, can hit sometimes, and of course that's not okay in society, in the home, in the classroom. And he mainly does it at home and with his sister and with people that he feels comfortable with. And it's very normal, particularly with boys. It was very, very, I have a 7-year-old as well. And she, wasn't like that. She wasn't as physical. But one of the things that I'm saying to Sammy is, Sammy, use your words. That's not how to get what you want by hitting. Tell daddy, what do you need? Use your words. Tell me. And he's like, suddenly when I sort of, I'm not like, stop it. Like, I'm just like, hey, that's not how to get what you want. Talk to me. Use your words, buddy. Tell me. And it's forcing him to use his words. And he's like, oh crap. It's almost like he's like, wait, I have a mouth. I have work. I have a voice. It's almost like he's reminded of it, right? Because again,
Yeah.
young boys are just like, "Rah!" They just want to jump and hit and throw, and very normal. I want to do that sometimes. And and so I also, to your point, as an adult, man or woman, I mean, I have to remember nobody else is going to tell me. As a matter of fact, other people are going, I mean, for the most part, a lot of people in society are going to smile in my face, watch, pay attention, and be very entertained by the train wreck that is my life, by my inability to be able to ever get ahead, because I'll be right down where they're at or below them, and they feel better about themselves that way. It's just pure fact, people.
Yeah.
Fight me, argue about it, whatever, but you know it's true.
Yeah.
There's very, very few people in your friends circle who are emotionally involved with your family who will ever truly be proud of you if you're doing better than they are.
Yeah.
That's why,
so
as
true.
a successful entrepreneur, we learn to keep our business to ourselves the more successful that we get. The more successful, the more quiet, the more we let our actions speak for ourselves, and we just keep our business to ourselves, particularly in our friends and family circle, until we begin to build different friend circles. And a lot of you are starting to build your friend circle here in this community and online. But I love what you said, because we have to remember that we have a voice, that we have words, and that nobody's coming to save us. And in a way, we have to mentor ourselves. We have to also stop looking for gurus. See, I don't want to be anybody's guru. I don't want to be anybody's, savior. I don't want to be the person who's going to make or break you. This community is about creating independent entrepreneurs, not dependent entrepreneurs. I'm an introvert. I don't want people coming and needing me for everything. I mean, for God's sakes, that's not why I'm doing this. And so we have to remember to mentor, to reparent ourselves along this journey, like you said, because nobody's going to do it for us, and most people are not going to be proud of us. And I love just your journey, and your story, and how your journey of humility, and even being in a wonderful career and industry, but still being willing to do what you needed to do, Dan, to feed your family, to provide for you and yourself and your family, and not just sit proud but broke. And I call it where your ego is bigger than your bank account. So
you just gotta you got to get outside of your own head. It's really our own self-doubt and our own negativity that holds us back, and that's probably the largest limiting mindset, is saying, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. These people are doing it, but that's not something that I can do. Instead of saying, if they can do it, I can do it too. And, maybe I can do it better. Maybe I can reach the same level that they're on, or higher, so you just got to believe in yourself. And, that's what we teach our kids too. I have my two older are 8 and 6, two boys. Like you said, you didn't have the fighting, but I have the fighting every day. So with the beating up on each other, the constant touching, the constant wrestling and arguing. And so, it's exciting, but it's crazy at the same time.
Yes, my friend, it truly is. Well, it has been
the third hat change for the day. I like it.
Yes, sir. All right, my friend. Well, listen, it has been a enlightening, empowering, motivating, inspiring chat with you this morning. Thank you so much for spending it with us, with me. Yeah, man, come back and keep us posted on your journey here in a couple of months, and love to see, how things are going for you, and congrats on all your success so far, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dave. Maybe I'll be back in the future, but thank you for having me on, and it was great talking with you.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you soon, Dan. See
you,
man.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, my friends, you can find Dan on Instagram at Dan B the Affiliate. Very simple, Dan B the Affiliate, spelled exactly how it sounds. My friends, wow, what another, I mean, just a great conversation, very inspiring. Shout out to all the dads out there. And again, we can learn from each other. It doesn't just have to be dads learning from dads. That's the beautiful thing about this this community, and how we realize that anybody can offer value, even a ninth grade dropout, for God's sakes. Thank you for all of the comments, the affirmations, the validation that you guys give us in the comments. It makes these episodes a real pleasure to do for all of you, with all of the positive vibes and energy. Of course, it also helps make our guests feel comfortable and appreciated and respected when they come on, and that's a great gift that you're giving them. And we promise to support you any way that we can. If you're ever a guest on the show or in any other capacity, my friends, this is just a wonderful, wonderful community to be a part of. And I say that as both somebody who facilitates a lot of it, and tries to show up as a leader every day, and do the best I can to have just be a great example of what's possible, and also how to do this, how to be consistent, how to show up every day. But it is truly a pleasure to be working alongside of all of you, who are just as special and unique, and who have all of the capabilities that I have, and are just great people to be working with and in business with, and to be serving. And so thank you all, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, for making this just fun and a pleasure to do, and not ever feel like work. It really doesn't. And my hope for you is that you will continue to do this until, or you will continue to chase your entrepreneurial passions. Maybe that's going to be here inside of our community with what we teach. Maybe this is just going to light your entrepreneurial fire. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm going to still be doing my thing, and we're going to still be doing our thing. But my hope is that, you continue on this journey to keep at it. Don't quit before the miracle happens. So you too can discover what it feels like to make money, to have a business, to build a life and a business that you love, and not feel like you're ever working a single day either. With that being said, get out of here, my friends. Have a fantastic Tuesday. It's, again, an honor and a privilege. I'll be back here tomorrow for another episode. Stay legendary. And the show's a wrap. Get out of here. Peace.